coming on strong. Rock to the rhythm all night long. Feel the bass coming on strong.
Wasn't lit up. Welcome to the Suboptimal Cooking Show, where everything is suboptimal, including the streamer. Good morning, guys. Hope you're all having a good one. Salute. Hope everybody's doing well. Okay, Mr. Juanito, welcome. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well today, guys. Today we are going to be working with some more optimal things that I would like, in a way. We're going to be one of the things we're going to be making. Joey, thank you for gifting out some subs today, especially to these fine people in chat here. Love you, my love. First thing we're going to be making is we're going to start my challah dough for the day. Challah is a Jewish celebratory bread made with eggs and honey, and it is really rich, sweet dough. Really great stuff. I love it to pieces. I unfortunately can't see those when you post those, Mr. Anito, but we're going to be doing that today, as it is Friday. Jewish Sabbath starts at sundown, and we like to have challah every Friday night. So we're gonna be making. Makes great French toast. Makes really good French toast. We're gonna be making some challah bread on stream today. We're gonna be making some jelly to go along with it, and we're gonna be making some pretzels out of pizza dough. We're gonna try some interesting stuff today. There will be some changes coming to the stream soon, guys. I know that you love the scuff camera sitting on the top of the cabinet here, but we're going to be getting a boom arm soon. I am Jewish, Mr. Hanhito, yes. With a name like Noah, you shouldn't be surprised. But Jewish and Christian are two different things. Just Jewish. But we're gonna get going, guys. Let me pull up my challah recipe here on my phone. Give me just a second, because I gotta find where I left it. Because suboptimally, I don't have it fully written down somewhere. Okay, there it is. Okay. That's something we're gonna. Joy, we're not gonna get into that right now. I don't want to get into religious politics, guys. Suffice it to say, we are Jewish. So let me get my apron on here. Again, Mr. Honeyito, I'm going to ask you guys to steer clear of that. There are some very heavy opinions when it comes to that kind of thing. So, we all like food. That's right. All right. And let me airdrop this to my iPad. Give me 1 second here, guys. There's no such thing as liking food too much. At all. Alright. There it is. Now it's on my iPad. There we go. I'm addicted to food. Alright, so we're going to start off with some yeast. We're going to start off with some yeast, lukewarm water, and honey. I'm going to get some water running, so you may find it difficult to hear me for a second. Pull out a few things as well. I forgot that I haven't made a call in a while, so my yeast is in the back of my fridge. It's going to take a second to get to it, guys. Oh. There we go. All right. Now, talking about cooking optimally, dealing with optimal and suboptimal, and help both in Phoenix, dealing with optimal and suboptimal bread. Optimally, you always want to be measuring your ingredients by weight. For me, this is kind of non-negotiable. You're unfortunately, when baking like this is a little different than baking the cornbread and the muffins we did the other day. Bread is a lot more temperamental, so we got to be a lot more precise with it. So we're gonna reset my scale here. And I do everything in grams when I'm doing it by weight here. Okay. And the first thing I need is 10 grams of active dry yeast. And we're going to go with Floofball alert. Did the Floofball go by? Yeah. Where is my tablespoon measure? Here's my tablespoon. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon. It should be about a tablespoon for 10 grams. I could be wrong. Yeah, 10 grams is almost exactly a tablespoon. So 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. And 1.75 cups of lukewarm water. Water you can do by volume, guys. Water is equal in weight and volume, so we're going to do 1.75 cups. This is lukewarm water. I tested it with my fingers. This is about body temperature. The way you can tell water is about body temperature is when you stick your hand under the water, you don't feel hot, you don't feel cold, it just feels like water. I mean, it's kind of... So, you got that in there. We're going to use honey as our main sweetener in this. I prefer using honey to using other sweeteners in my challah, just like sugar. I find it gives a much nicer, smoother flavor. Give me 1 second, guys, while I hunt down the honey. There it is. So we're going to add honey like 2 or 3 times here. The first time we're adding it, we're adding 1 tablespoon of it just as an activator for our yeast. I'm going to spray. I'm going to use my kitchen spray and spray my tablespoon. A little oil is not going to hurt this, and that helps me measure out our 1 tablespoon of honey without it really completely sticking to the tablespoon measure. It just slides right on out. Okay, slides right on out there. And we're going to grab a whisk, and I'm going to whisk this all together. I would pick up the flute ball to show you the flute ball, but then I would have hair all over me, and that would be getting into the food, and I don't feel like doing that today. All right, so we have our mixture of honey, water, and sugar, or honey, water, and yeast right here. So we're going to put this over on the stove. I'm going to preheat the oven to as low as it would go. So we're dropping this. My oven goes down to about 170, 175. We're going to preheat that, and then we're going to turn it off. Yes, don't need the added protein. A wild Dale appears. Welcome in, Dale. Hey, Kiri, how are you doing? All right, so let's clean up here. And then we're going to start... we're going to start doing stuff. Now, again, this is going to be an optimal challah, okay? For the record, I am doing this in a more optimal way than I would otherwise, meaning, right now, with the price of eggs being what they are, this is going to be a more expensive recipe. You can use oil in your challah dough. I do not. I'm going to be using eggs and egg yolks specifically, because it just lends that much more flavor to the whole thing, and really good color. Dale, it's going really well. So we're gonna get a couple bowls out. I'm gonna move my butter here. I'm gonna keep the scale where it is. My love got a little powdered sugar all over the place when she was doing things yesterday. Okay. So, the first thing we're actually going to do, I'm wrong. We're doing this. This is already starting to bloom. You can see that it's already starting to fizz on top here. Get a little bit of that fizz. It's going well, Dale. It's going really well. All right. We're going to add because we're going to do this. Yeah, for sure. I found this Taylor scale at a Tuesday morning one time. So we're actually gonna add most of our ingredients into this now, and we're gonna do what's called a sponge method. It's been a while since I made this, so I forgot I was doing this. So we're adding 4 straight eggs. Four eggs in. We're gonna add the rest of our sugar and oil, our sugar and honey. So we're gonna add a half cup of honey, plus a little tiny bit. Once again, once I remember where I put it, we're spraying out. We're spraying our half cup, and then we're adding our honey. Call that a work, because hey, I know that feeling, my man. All right, you heard my oven just beep just there. We're gonna turn it off, but leave it warmed, because we're gonna use that ambient warmth to speed up our fermenting and proofing process. So, half cup of honey. Little heaping, gonna spill over a little bit. It's gonna go right into our bowl here. I'm using an instant dry yeast. Great question, Dale. This is an instant dry yeast. I don't use fresh yeast because I just don't use enough of it to justify buying that much yeast or going through that much yeast. And instant dry yeast keeps for a very long time. It is a lot of honey, yes. Again, this is not necessarily a suboptimal recipe, but we're gonna talk, again, you can use sugar, you can use canola or olive oil in your challah. I'm using this because it makes the best tasting product. Unfortunately, there's not really many substitutions I would make in this recipe for anyone sensitive to sugar. A good portion of the reason you're putting sugar in here is to feed the yeast. And the sugar alcohols and sugar substitutes, even like stevia, are going to can actually hurt the yeast and not give you as big of a or as good of a product here. All right, so we got the 4 eggs, half cup of oil, and then we need half cup of oil becomes a half cup of egg yolks. So a whole bunch of egg yolks are going in here. And again, this is why this recipe gets a little pricey, guys. Now I separate my eggs with my hands. I have washed my hands before I did this. So what I'm doing is I'm cracking my egg. I'm using my hands as a little sieve, and I'm catching the yolk. Sometimes you don't catch the whole thing, that's okay. It's a little suboptimal if you're trying to do meringue, but we're not worried about the egg whites just right now. But this does use a heck of a lot of eggs. I'm probably going to use over a dozen for this recipe. It just means that we're going to cook up some egg. We'll use some of the egg whites as a shiny wash on some of our other products later. We're almost at our half cup mark here. Let's see. I'm going to go one more. So this is a total of actually 6 egg yolks and 4 eggs. So that's 10 eggs total for this recipe. So we're not going to hit that dozen, but it is still quite a bit of egg at this, given the price of eggs right now. Wash your hands after handling the eggs, of course. We're going to put the whites aside. The recipe yields like 3 loaves. This is actually a fairly decent sized recipe. I make a pretty big batch. What I'll do is I'll make it once every 2 or 3 weeks, and I'll freeze 2 loaves. So we're gonna get all this in. You absolutely can do this with a smaller batch of about 4 eggs if you just want a single loaf. Thank you for the reminder, because that had slipped my mind. Okay. I'm a little absent-minded today, guys. I was up a little late last night because Monster Hunter Wilds released, and I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan. We're going to do a Monster Hunter cooking stream at some point. Do some Monster Hunter style recipes. I think that would be fun. We're probably going to turn this into a loaf or 2 and then challah rolls, which I also like to make. Now I'm resetting this, and then 650 grams of flour, about a pound of flour, and I use strictly bread flour. For my preference, it is always King Arthur bread flour. This is the most consistent, the best bread flour out there. This is my go-to. This is my love. And it occurs to me that I just set that bag on a wet towel, so we're gonna have to get that out of that bag after we're done. All right. I need a cup scoop to start measuring. Here we go. And guys, if you like the music today, the music is provided royalty-free by a friend of the stream, Ruby Spitfire. They are a wonderful, a wonderful human being who makes really good, funky music. Royalty-free for your use on your streams if you do such things. All right, it's going up to 650 grams here. And we're getting there, we're at 500. $6.18. $6.46. $6.50. All right. Now we're gonna, once all this is in here, we're going to whisk this together until it is a batter-like consistency. So it's going to be a thick, kind of funky batter. This is not where we're going to be starting to develop a lot of gluten in the bread. We're going to work it a little bit later. Put that away for a second. And this is what we call a sponge. You'll hear that in bread making if you were taking bread making classes, anything like that. You'll see it's kind of flowy. Okay? We're gonna cover this with plastic wrap, and I'm gonna place this in our slightly pre-warmed oven. Now again, we only heated the oven to about 170 degrees and then turn it off immediately, so it's cooling down as we go. This helps us work like a proofing box. So plastic wrap on. And I forgot to readjust my oven. Suboptimal. Alright, let's move the racks here. And we're going to throw that in there. That's going to be about 20 minutes. Okay, and then this bowl. So we've got 90% of our ingredients are in that sponge. The only thing that's really not in that sponge right now is the remainder of the flour for this recipe. So what we're going to do while we're waiting is we're going to measure out the flour. We're going to measure out the flour, and then we're going to start working on one of our other projects for the day. Because this is very much a hurry up and wait recipe. So I need another 650 grams of flour. $639, $640, $646, $650. Okay, put that to the side, and then I need to evacuate. You might see the foosball coming through. Give me 1 second here, guys. I bought. Hey, Henry, what's going on? I've got Kirkland now selling freezer bags and gallon bags. Yeah, a lot of hurry up and waiting, making bread. So I need to evacuate a bunch of this flour. I'm going to need to bag it up because I was stupid, suboptimal, and put it on a wet towel. And the bottom of the bag is wet, which means it's soaking into the flour. So we're gonna bag this up a little bit here. So, any questions about what we've done so far, guys? There are different kinds of pre-ferments, is what they're called. Sponges, pouliches, bigas. It all has to do with the kind of bread you're making. Kithmar, what's going on, my friend? How are you, buddy? Should all fit in this bag. Getting to the bottom of it. Gotta be careful that I don't drop wet flour. Yeah, there's a little bit of damp flour in there. Doesn't look like any of it made it into there, so that's good. Yeah. Peach dough pretzels. Okay, there's our bread flour. And I'm gonna grab a pen. Always label your stuff if you got the pens for it. And my pen's not working. Great, that's fine. I know what it is. I need to get some Sharpies because I don't have any Sharpies right now. We'll need more flour a little bit later. It's okay that there's flour on the counter right now, guys. Let's clean up a little bit. Give me just a second. I'll give you guys a choice. Should I do, no, I don't want to do the pretzels yet because the oven's still doing the, is we're proofing in the oven right now, so I don't want to do the pretzels yet. We're gonna work on our fruit jam. Hitter Chris, good day. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Grab my bench scraper here. Guys, talking about suboptimal tools and optimal tools. For my bench scraper, I use a putty knife, a stainless steel putty knife. I got it Lowe's, actually. It's a great tool for scraping things down. I use it on my benches. I use it on my flat top. Really, really good for just kind of getting stuff and getting it where you want it. Bread takes a lot of cleanup, so we're going to put that to the side. We're going to put this over here, leave that there for now, and take a sip of our coffee. Okay. Next up is our fruit jam. Hey, a lot of times they're just as good as a lot of times they're the same thing as the kitchen tools, and they're just presented differently. Hitter Chris, thank you for the sub, my friend. And why are my alerts not showing up? Because they're behind. That's why. Need to put those up here. Sorry about that. Hitter Chris, thank you for that subscription, my friend. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to the kitchen, to the chef's table. Okay. Yeah, as long as you're drinking it out of a mug, what does it matter? All right. So today we've got some strawberries. We've got, let's see, some cherries. I'm going to raid the fridge here for everything I can find that is not moldy and bad. All right. We got some grapes. Awesome. Some of those. Fruit I've got. Give me just a second here, guys. I'm raiding my fridge for old fruit. Up. A couple of raspberries. Some blueberries. Oh, we're gonna have a nice batch of jelly today. Okay. This is suboptimal fruit. Suboptimal fruit is fruit that is not moldy, but maybe getting a little wrinkly and dried out. We're going to take 1 second to grab something that Chef forgot, as usual. It's a pair of gloves. Because I don't feel like going to temple or going anywhere with a pair of berry stained hands. kitchen gloves that I use. These are nitrile gloves, and I buy these at, these are not actually kitchen gloves, these are just generic nitrile medium use gloves. And I get these at Harbor Freight, as a matter of fact. Oh, that's cool, Kith. I didn't realize you had an axolotl. Alright, first things first, we check all the fruit. You can see that the fruit here, the raspberries, they're kind of dried out, but they're not bad. They're not moldy. So we're going to just pour those right in. We're going to give everything a wash in just a little bit. Same thing with our blueberries. A little wrinkly, a little funky, not moldy. Pick any moldy ones out if you see them. Strawberries, wrinkly, old. Don't want to eat those? That's fine. We'll turn them into jelly. So we're going to take our paring knife here. There really is very little in the way of jelly, jam, and preserve difference in the U.S. They're all kind of the same thing, really. Jellies, I believe, tend to maybe use a little bit of gelatin in them, whereas jams and preserves use pectin. So we're going to be using a natural form of fruit pectin to thicken our preserves, or thicken our jelly today, jam today, whatever you want to call it. And that pectin is going to come from the grapes. The grapes naturally have naturally occurring pectin inside them. So we're gonna get a bunch of those in there. And get those taken care of. I'm just trimming as little off of these as I possibly can, taking the basically just taking the stems off, because the stems are dried out and not really great tasting, and not a texture we want in our jam or jelly or preserves, whatever you feel like calling it today. Slice these down a little bit. Knife is giving me a little bit of trouble, so I am going to come over here. I'm going to wipe it down, and we're going to pull out our honing steel, hone the knife a little bit. So guys, when you're honing knives on a steel, Britlu, welcome in. Yeah, strawberries can get really expensive, especially this time of year. I caught a deal on them where I was paying about $1.50 a pound. I don't know why they were so cheap, but our Costco had them for about $1.50 a pound about a week and a half ago. Welcome in, Britlu. So when you're using a steel, guys, you're holding your knife at about a 20 to 35 degree angle, and you're just passing it along the steel. Shallower angle for Japanese knives, but wow, that is really quite a bit, Britlu. That's really pricey. So just pass the knife back and forth. You can get good at it. You can do it as quick as I can, but when you're just starting, start slow. Pass the knife. This will hone your edge. This will line your edge back up so that your knife feels a little bit sharper. That is not sharpening a knife, it is just honing it, and that does a marvelous job of taking care of that. Yes, please be careful when you're doing it. almost all of our strawberries in the pot. That's right, sharp knives, as we said before on the show, sharp knives are safer than dull knives. You're more likely to cut yourself with a dull knife than you are with a sharp one because you're having to use more force. Okay. Cherries. I don't have a cherry pitter, so this is going to be a little frustrating, but we're going to do our best here. These are some old cherries that I have. They're still, again, still good, still valid, but a little suboptimal because they've just been sitting for a while. This is going to take a little while, guys. I'm going to actually take a second to check on our sponge real quick. It's still sitting at a low temperature. Do I have a straw? I do have a straw. I think I even have a metal straw, as a matter of fact. That might work. It's a good thought. Let's see if punch these out. Oh, that works pretty well. I've actually never done that before. That's cool. See, even I'm learning things on this show, guys. That's great. No, not optimal, but it works. All right. How's the sound levels, guys? Is the music loud enough to hear? I know it really wasn't on the first episode or so, which is okay. These are the messy ones. Nice background sound? Good. Is it loud enough to kind of be pleasant, or is it just kind of really, really background kidding? I know this is taking a little bit, guys, but I appreciate you sticking with me. Ugh. Okay, good. That's good to hear. All right. So what else we're going to put in here today is mainly just sugar, maybe a touch of spices. I might throw a little bit of ginger in here, just a touch. Yeah. No, I save that till after stream. And you can see my hands are getting pretty stained here, which is why. Just for a little bit of heat, a little bit of depth of flavor. I said I'm not paused. Salsa, what is up, buddy? How are you, sir? I create a little pile of the chaos as I cook too, but for the most part, I take care of it. For the most part, Joy has a tendency to, after stream, get to them before I do, which frustrates me. That one is starting to go a little bit funky. We're gonna throw that sucker out. What's up, bud? Hope you're doing well. give a shout out to Mr. Imperial Salsa. He's a longtime friend of the stream, longtime friend of the channel, and one of my best buds from going back quite a ways. And years now, God. Thank you. Or what are you doing? You want to be on camera? You want to be on camera? You're not getting on camera. My dog, just so you guys know, we have 4 animals in our house. Our dog, Cora, who is named after the Avatar, and you just got to deal with it. Our oldest cat, Pandora, who is 18 years old. You'll see her occasionally down on the floor there if you catch shots of the floor. Now I'm going to readjust here. You'll see our middle cat is Spelunky. That's the hairy baby. She's a Siberian forest cat. And then our recent addition to the family, delivered by the cat distribution system, is Sufi, Suf Ganyot, who named after the Jewish donuts. And she's a little noisy baby. The hairy baby, the old baby, the noisy baby, and the puppy baby. You guys can see that this does take a little bit of time to do, but it's time worth spending. Yes, Henri, I am so excited. You can ask Joy how excited I am for a new Avatar series. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta wipe my forehead down. It's a little warm in here in this kitchen. Well, kitchens get warm. And I'm a heavy-set dude, so it gets a little warm. Almost done, almost done. You got about 6 or 7 more here. 10 more? 10 more. How'd the cat distribution system deliver our latest edition? I was working my day job from home, and I looked. Cat thing, I was always making everything warm. And I looked out the back door, and there was a cat jumping over our fence into our backyard. And and I said, "Oh, hey, what the heck is there a cat doing in the yard?" And Joyful Noise went, "Baby?" And ran outside and checked out the cat. It was this little tiny thing. And she tried to get it to approach her. It ran into our neighbor's yard. Our neighbors at the time were not there. We actually had nobody living in the house next to us at the time. This was back in December. And so we went into their yard to pursue the cat, who jumped up onto a wooden fence and proceeded to kind of get itself stuck. So I took a break on the neighbor. Yeah, the neighbors had recently moved. And I went out, and because I'm slightly taller than Joy is, and I can reach over the fence, picked this little thing up, and brought her into the house, and took her, got her checked out by the vet. We figured, hey, maybe somebody had left a cat when they moved, because we had a couple neighbors move out. And we live on a fairly busy road, so we didn't want this poor thing to get run over. And went to get her checked, have her microchip checked. Didn't have a microchip, didn't have collar, didn't have any identification, had no had some seriously dirty paws. It was going to freeze in 2 days. The vet said she had not been spayed because they apparently, I mean, I didn't know this before we took Sufi in. They put a little tattoo, a little mark on every animal that they spay, which is how they know it's been spayed. If it gets into a shelter or something. Okay, that's all the cherries. Let me take my gloves off here. And she did not have the tattoo. I'll wash my hands because my hands are a little smutty. And we ended up keeping her. Had no intention of having another animal in the house, but she was really sweet, and we kept her in the basement because she had fleas, and we got her flea treatment and kept her in the basement for about a week and a half, and then once the fleas were gone, we introduced her to the other animals, and it actually went relatively well. We keep trying to get her spayed, but she keeps going into heat. That's also unfortunate and annoyingly true. Okay, moving on. Now that we've got all of our stuff in there, we're gonna add some sugar to this, and then we're gonna add some a little bit of water to keep it from burning on the bottom. Probably about half a cup of sugar. Give it some nice sweetness. And the grapes. I almost forgot the grapes. Let's get some grapes in there because we're going to need them for the pectin. And these are starting to go as well. And what we are gonna do here, guys, is I'm leaving all the skins and seeds and everything in. We're gonna put this on the stove, let it cook down a little bit, and then we're gonna put it through a sieve, through a strainer to take all the seeds out. Guys, did I totally botch that? Oh no, that's right. We have an hour until ads. Got about 6 minutes till pre-rolls go off. So we're gonna probably take a break, run ads, change out the camera battery in just about 6-7 minutes here. Why are you lurking? Cora, go upstairs. Go see mommy. And you're not getting any grapes. They're bad for you. Certainly not getting any grapes. Nope. Don't go after that. Sam's Club, yes. Sam's Club is an okay place to shop. Yeah, grapes are not good for dogs. Raisins in particular have a concentrated amount of whatever it is, but yes, grapes are not great for. Strawberries are fine. You know what? I'll give you a treat in a minute. Let me get this on the stove. All right. Got all this. I'm going to put some water in the pot, probably about a cup of water or so, maybe 2 cups, just enough to give us a little base. So you'll see, if you look, you can see the water right there at the bottom here. We're going to take this over to the stove and get it on the burner. And we want this on a medium-low heat, guys. Put a lid on it. So it starts cooking down. cabinet action. And that's our jelly. We're gonna let that cook down, and that's gonna take a little while. Oh yeah, that's not a great thing to do, unfortunately. Grapes in the dog's mouth. The other fruits are fine. Cora really likes cucumber. Is that right? You like cucumber? Oh boy. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, look at that. Cucumber and broccoli, that's right. I got some baby cucumbers here. You want some cucumber? Will you come perform for the people? Yeah, I like Farfetch is cool, man. Cool. Comes with his own leek for when you cook them. It's great. All right, cut this into a few pieces here. And we'll see what I can. I'm gonna do this. Get rid of that for a second. Cora, come here. Come here, baby. Can we get you on camera? Can we get you on camera? Come on. Over here. Come here. Now get down. Get down. Over here. Sit. Good sit. Touch. Good touch. Paw. Good paw. Trout is really good. Trout's like salmon. Trout and salmon are the same family, culinarily wise. What a good baby. Most of the time. Except when she's being ornery. Maybe get her to do one more trick. A snack here. Grab a cup, grab another sip of my coffee, depending on where I put it. There it is. Okay. Hi. Hi, come here. Set. Dance. Can you dance? Good dance. Good dance. She loves her cucumber. Here's Pandora. Here's Pandora. Yeah? You say hi? That's Pandora. No, she is a combination blue heeler Catahoula leopard dog. Actually. I think she has a little Jack Russell in her too, if I'm not mistaken. So. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and take an ad break. Stick with it. Suboptimal Cooking Show, we'll be back. Alright, folks, we are back. Welcome back. Hope the ads were not too weird to you. I know we've had some weird ones on Twitch recently, especially the cowboy hat head person. It's really kind of disturbing. Get Cream Delish, hey, good morning, good afternoon, how are you? Alright, we are working on our challah today, guys. And let's take a look at it. That has puffed up quite a bit. You can see that it's kind of puffy and it's come up a little bit. So we are going to, oh, I love that emote cream. That is awesome. We're going to actually take this out and we're going to start kneading and get moving on this. So I've got my mixer here. You laugh now, Dale, until you get that commercial. It's disturbing. I don't know who came up with that stupid thing. We're going to deflate this a little bit. And then we're going to start introducing our flour into the mixer. Now, I'm going to be kneading this mostly by hand. I do this to just, yeah, the commercial's really odd. I'm going to be kneading this just to get some of the flour mixed in, and then we're going to transfer this to kneading by hand. And we're going to have to work this for a solid 10 plus minutes by hand. Yeah, it's really weird, Dale. Get a whole bunch more flour in here. Arm out of the way so you guys can see all the action in the bowl. We're not going to behave today. No. That's right, just put flour all over the counter, it's all good. I don't care, we're going to be kneading it on the counter in a minute anyway. There we go, now it's starting to shape up a little bit. Yeah, this is the challah recipe I use is kind of a medium-high hydration. This is a little stiffer than some of the challahs I've made that I've made in the past. I like this recipe though. It's definitely workable. But yeah, it's much like brioche. Yes, bread a little. I don't grind my own meat. I have a meat grinder, I think. I got the grinder right here. I just don't do it for the most part. This is also a plastic grinder. I don't love plastic spindle grinders because they can break. Yeah, the thing about mixers is mixers are kind of optimal. We're dealing with suboptimal world these days, and not everybody has a mixer. So, we do want to show that it can be done by hand. Yeah, meat grinder Xbox combo. It's fantastic. Just be careful you sanitize everything really well and clean it really well after using it. Brent Lou, that you can really make people sick if you don't. Yeah. You want to send me some deer? You can bring me some deer, my friend. I will happily take deer meat. I love venison. They're joking, Dale. They're talking about my meat grinder came with the Xbox. Let's get some more flour in. Try and get the rest of it in there. You have meat left over? I love me some venison. I'm sure you wouldn't do that, Brit Lou, but you'd be surprised. I say that with caution because they're you'd be amazed how many people don't properly sanitize their equipment or take care of it. Let's look at, while this is mixing, guys, let's take a look over on the stove. This is starting to come up temperature and bubble a little bit. There's a... Grate down! Grate down! Throw that out. I am going to turn this up to about a medium high heat for just a little bit while our challah dough continues to work in here. That's about as much as this mixer is going to be able to handle, I think. This thing does not have the best torque. This thing is ancient. This is an old mixer. Maybe almost 40 years old. I think with my mom's. Alright. We're going to get the mixer off the table. Unplug it real quick. You can see my belly. See my belly. Let's not knock that off the table either. Time to get your hands dirty. I'm going to take my watch off, put it on top of the, put it on the side here. I don't want my watch getting filthy while I do this. So today's recipe, yeah, I don't have a cost directly. Hey, Amora. I don't have a cost directly calculated for this recipe yet. I'm going to be doing analysis on that in their Discord more than anywhere else. But this is a more optimal recipe. As I was discussing earlier, you may not have been here. This does use honey and a lot of eggs, about almost a dozen eggs. And with the price of eggs being what it is these days, this is not exactly a suboptimal recipe, but this is a holiday dish. Every Friday is Shabbat, and we like to have our challah. This is going to be a 3 loaf, 2.5 loaf recipe though. So, all right, I want my my cleaned off bench scraper to help me with this. Yes, bigger batch for later use. This is going to take a while. Well, you can freeze the raw dough. You can absolutely freeze the dough before it's proofed. I prefer to freeze them once they're cooked, personally. It all freezes really well in general. Kind of a shaggy mess right now and not hydrated well, so doesn't have to be plain by any means. Raisins are good. Chocolate is good. I've done chunk challah before. Raisin challah. You can also use this same dough to make brioche. Yeah, dough is a little thirstier than it should be. I'm not quite sure what happened here. We're gonna get a little bit more water in here. Did I forget to put water in here? Really weird. Whoa! Got a little hot action over here. We'll get that lid off and get this turned down. That just went from 0 to boiling. I put water with the yeast, but that was it. We'll get some water worked into here, guys. Just want to check on this, make sure this isn't burning. Get that turned down and get this all blistered and going. So that's going to simmer away for a while. Turn that down. It's alright, guys. Suboptimal. Stuff happens. We can work a little water into the dough. Not the best option, but it'll work. I need to double check that recipe. Yeah, this is really stiff today. We're going to get this, now that I've got it worked together, I think we may get this back into the mixer and get some water added in. Wayne Gislin has a great challah recipe. Joy, can you take that down? I want to look into that recipe. Bring this back over. Let's see if we can't. Again, guys, we work in a suboptimal world. We work suboptimal. Things happen. We're going to try and get some more water into this dough. It can be harder to add water to a dough than it can be to add other things to a dough, like flour. And again, guys, I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I'm not professional baking. Huh, okay. Get that working. Professional pastry chef, practical. I'm trying to see if I have that bread Bible. I don't know if I have professional baking. I'm interested to see it. I may have that book. The name sounds familiar. And if you want to send that to me on Discord, that would be interesting. I've been out of the loop for a while as to a lot of industry recipes. Let's get some more water in here. And again, guys, it can be harder to hydrate a bread dough you've messed up, but we're going to do our best here. Yeah, still room temp. I don't want to put water that's too hot in. Honestly, it's if you put it in too hot, you're going to kill the yeast. You don't want to do too cold, or you're gonna end up making the yeast take too long to proof. I made a note for myself to change the battery on the main cam during break. Guess what I forgot to do? Change the battery on cam during break. We are creeping out of the bowl there. Don't do what I'm doing, guys. That's a little bit... It's time for a bigger mixer. I don't know about a new one. Yes, I'm a professional dummy at times. That to the side. I'm going to push this back just a little bit. We're going to work this dough a little bit. It's still pretty stiff. Put some water on my hands and work it into the dough. Could be that when I transpose this recipe, I forgot to add the add extra water to this, which would be bad. Wouldn't be surprised, but it would be bad. We'll get it hydrated, it's fine. It's just gonna take a little while. Yes, you do, Kitty. So what I'm doing here, guys, is because I don't have a spray bottle, I'm just dipping my hands into the water every few passes, working in the water into the dough. Yeah, water and body sweat. That's right. Not quite. That's why I wear a good chef's coat. Absorbs everything. This is also, Joey, why I don't want to clip the camera to this table. Yeah, camera will be shaking a lot doing this. Whew. Thirsty, thirsty dough. It's getting there. Optimally, you'd start over. Optimally, you'd start over. And optimally, I would have put salt in here. That's the other thing that's missing. I'm a genius. Now you say extra salty. Put some salt in the water. See if we can save this. No, I don't. We don't really have time to start over. We're just going to try and work with it. And we're going to do what we can. So I've mixed salt into the water a little bit. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I really kind of screwed this up, guys, so I'm going to do this again next Friday, and we're going to do this a little bit more optimally next Friday. What I'm going to do right now, I'm not giving up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not giving up. But Camera's aimed at... I'm not giving up. What we're going to do is we're going to add water to the bowl. We're going to put this to rest a little bit because you can do intermittent eating. So we're going to get all these little bits and stuff off the counter. We're going to try an intermittent kneading. Yeah. Don't so thirsty, you better calm down. All right. So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. Let's get some. We're going to get some salty water into here. I'm going to squish in some of this water here. Unfortunately, it's kind of a, if it doesn't turn out the way you want it, you either eat it or you throw it out, unfortunately. Bread is kind of unforgiving. It's very unfortunate. So we're gonna work in some more water, and then we're gonna let it rest in the oven, in the partially warmed oven. And we're going to see what happens. But next Friday, guys, I'm going to recheck my recipe because I know I did something wrong here, and I may have skipped some ingredients, obviously. Tell me what you prefer, guys. Should I redo this on Friday or should I redo this on Monday, you think? And we can make challah early in the week for the rest of the week. What would you guys prefer to say? Yeah. It's a situation. It happens. Not mad. A little mad. Not gonna lie, a little mad. A little annoyed at myself. Yeah, there's a little poll for you guys. When should I reattempt the challah? You want me to reattempt it next Friday, or should I do it on Monday? Do I say, water me, senpai? Alright guys, give me a second to kind of reorient myself here. I do scale my ingredients. I use this Taylor scale right here, but when I rescaled my recipe, the base recipe I was using, I forgot the salt. Yeah. It's right there. It's right there on my recipe. I gotta revamp that. That's, yeah. Further, I apologize. You're coming in on your first time here, and I'm screwing things up. I promise it doesn't always go this way, but it's 20 years in the industry. You should. You'd think I wouldn't make mistakes, but everybody does. All good. All right. Moving on. Our jelly is cooking away here. I'm gonna get this blended up. Give me 1 second here, guys. I gotta reorient my space. Okay, so we're going to reattempt this next Friday, guys. Yeah. I just gave it a little stir, guys, but we are going to... I'm going to pull the blender over, and we are going to blend the jelly and sieve it. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay. Gordon Ramsay makes mistakes, I can make mistakes, that's right. So we're gonna get all this into the blender right now. Woo! It's not dripping everywhere. We're gonna drip it everywhere, we're gonna drip it everywhere, whatever. Go for it. Pour fast, pour hard, there we go. Woo! Always be careful blending hot liquids, guys. They can kind of splatter and hurt you. We're just gonna pulse this. Grab our sieve. Put our sieve back on top of the bowl, and then we're going to put this back through here. It's already considerably thicker than it was, but we're going to process this through. Right on the back. And so we're going to push this through. So we have a nice homogeneous consistency here. It smells wonderful, nice fruity, just kind of generic fruit smell because we got so many different fruits in here. right. Yep, we're gonna add a little bit of salt to this in just a second, Kitty. That's a good point to talk about. Thank you. We do add salt to a lot of things, guys, that you may not think have salt in them, because salt actually will help bring out flavor. Now we're gonna push all this through. If you got a concept for it, I will talk to our artist about it. I'm going to switch to a ladle, actually, because ladles help me push things through sieves through a little bit easier. You can use a spoon, you can use a lot of things. I like using a ladle because you just kind of rub the ladle around and around in a circle, and it pushes things through that sieve. This is a pretty good fine sieve, so it's going to catch most of those seeds, most of that skin off the grapes, skin off the cherries. If I missed a cherry pit, which I don't think I did, it's a good sieve. Round and round and round she goes. All right. I'm going to do this for a few more seconds here till we're really not getting anything else out of it. Get all the moisture out of these fruit solids that we can. Hands are cramping up a little bit today, guys. I do apologize. And you can see that this works really, really well with this ladle. Dump out the rest, and we are left with liquid gem here, or liquid jam, and it's still got some texture and thickness to it. So let's put about, maybe a teaspoon of salt in. Mix that around. Liquid ASMR. All right, let's give this a taste. It's gonna grab a few tasting spoons here. Wipe down the counter. Oh, that's wonderful. That's really new, really nice. I think just a touch more salt. A little acid. Needs acid. So, because I have a friend who cannot have citrus, I'm going to use a white vinegar in this. You can use lemon juice, you can use all kinds of stuff, but I'm going to use white vinegar on this. Which I can keep. Let's see. Use about 1 teaspoon for right now. Okay. Add a little bit more acid. And again, you can use citrus juice. You can use, I mean, you could hypothetically use like an apple cider vinegar as well. So yeah, we're not using. Again, you can use citric acid. The friend who's visiting today is allergic to citrus and citric acid, so we are doing our best to not use that citrus-based acid. If you happen to have malic acid for some reason, you could probably use malic acid. That thing makes things sour. That's pretty much perfect, honestly. Okay, we're gonna put this back on the stove to simmer just a little bit longer. It's fairly sweet. We did put about a half a cup of sugar in there with the already sweet fruit. Give me 1 second, folks. Cleaning my bench cleaner so I can clean my stove, because we had a little hit of junk on the stove. We're just gonna whoop that right up. Yeah, wipe that down. And let's get this back on the heat. Alright guys, let's take a look at the dough real fast, see if it's starting to absorb everything. It's getting there. We're going to need to mix it some more, but it is hydrating. No, I don't want you to ring. You can ring some other. Hydrate, thank you. Joe is hydrating, but am I? Yes, I do need to hydrate a little bit more. All right. Taquitos, that's good. Taquitos are good. We'll have to do those on streams one of these days. Homemade taquitos. All right, let's get that pizza dough out. And we're gonna work this. I got a bag of pizza dough here. That just a generic pizza dough that I got at Aldi and Mama Cozy's regular pizza dough. We're turning this into some basic pretzels. Now this is not an ideal, again, suboptimal dough, but it's what we got. And I want to use it up. And I don't want to make pizza. So. I'm going to get a pot of water going. And we're going to... Yeah, the pizza dough from Aldi is very good. It's just maybe not necessarily a dough that you would think to use for pretzels. So we're going to boil some water on the stove for our pretzels because we are going to dip them in water. And I don't use lye, I use baking soda. Traditional pretzels are done with lye, which is caustic. It bakes off when you bake it. I don't want to mess with that. I don't want people messing with that unless you're trained in doing so. We're going to do it the Aunt Annie's way, really. And because they use baking soda, I think. Because I don't want kids messing with lye. Whoop, there's my dough. We're going to let this come up to room temperature a little bit. Flour. Bag of bread flour. A little bit of bread flour, clean towel. Right over the top, keep it hydrated. Yeah, well, exactly. Who has lye just lying around? But baking soda, everybody should have baking soda. Give me 1 second here, dip. I gotta remember my my ratio here for baking soda. Alrighty. It's half a cup of baking soda to every 9 cups of water. So we're gonna use, it's a pretty intense baking soda bath, and we're probably gonna use up most of the baking soda I've got here because there's probably about 8 or 9 cups of water in that pot. So we're gonna take our baking soda here, and got my half cup measure. So it's a fairly substantial amount of baking soda, don't get me wrong. And if you can get baking soda on our grocery list, that would be great. Because that was a lot of it. And we're gonna drop the baking soda in. We're going to whisk that around. Let that warm up. I don't want that to get too hot. I don't want to quite boil it, but I do want to get that warmed up a bit and dissolved. In the meantime, let's get a little bit more flour on our thing. When you're throwing flour, guys, you are doing just that. You are taking your flour and spreading your fingers as you're kind of throwing it on there, sprinkling it on there. We're going to kind of press this out. We'll probably get about, this is I think a pound of pizza dough. Let me double check that. Let's see. Yes, this is a 1 pound pizza dough. And we're going to cut this into, I think, 4. I want to do 4 or 6 pretzels out of this. 4-ounce pretzels, or like, how do I want to do this? Let's do 6. We're going to cut the dough in half, and then we're going to go into thirds here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Life isn't perfect, neither are your pretzels. What can I say? And then we are going to take our dough here. We're going to stretch it. And then we're going to roll it down using the tips of our fingers till we get a log. You can see what my fingers are doing. I need to get some close-up cams going, but so we have a log, nice little log here. And we're going to be doing the same technique. Woohoo! Hey now. We're going to be doing the same technique similarly to challah. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to dip them in just yet. I like mustard. I'm a pretzel and mustard guy. But we'll see. I don't have pretzel salt. We're actually going to be making, I think, everything pretzels, since I have everything bagel dough. Or everything bagel seasoning, that is. I make a cheese sauce. Maybe we'll make a cheese sauce. We'll see. Might have time for that. Okay. Here's our logs. How's our water doing? Water's just about up to the temperature I wanted. Take a look over on the stove here, guys. I shut the water off. It's steaming but not boiling, so that's good. Could do a cinnamon sugar pretzel. Maybe I'll do a couple cinnamon sugar pretzels. And then our jelly is simmering and bubbling here. Just a low simmer, low bubble. Let that reduce. Garlic and pretzels, yeah. It's funny because I'm making these and Joy doesn't like pretzels. Heathen. Doesn't like pretzels. Doesn't like soft pretzels, I should say. She likes hard pretzels. Yeah, I love pretzels. Yeah, now I've introduced you to 2 out of those 3 that you actually like. All right. So we got our logs here. We're going to roll these out. We're going to take our hands. We're going to start flat and angle them outwards. And as we roll, we're going to kind of move our hands outwards. So you're angling your hands outwards. So we push down, angle outwards. And as you're rolling forward, you angle your hands back. So just kind of, you know how to make it, you know. This is something you do as a kid, but you get used to it as a professional. We're going to stretch these out, get them. Hey, Brit Lou, it depends on where you are in the country. We live in the Midwest. Good pizza is hard to come by out here. I don't know where you're from, Brit Lou, so I can't talk about how good or bad your pizza is. I'm from the East Coast originally. I'm from New Jersey originally. So I'm used to amazing pizza. We're going to make these about as long as our table, or the area on our table here. That. All right. So for shaping our pretzels, we're going to twist. I'm going to do that again. You're going to twist, flip it over. Open up the pretzel and push. Come on, you. Doesn't want to push. And there's our pretzel, guys. Yeah. I mean, my father was from New York City, so. I know New York pizza's better. Don't get me started. Roll these out nice and thin. Try and get them about as big as I can, really. So what we're doing here is we are crossing. We're crossing, crossing again, and bringing down. Yeah, Boston wouldn't know good pizza if it spat in its eye. Katie's gonna hurt me later. Get these rolled out. Do you though? What is chorizo? Oh, linguine. Pepperoni, my friend. Pepperoni is the only acceptable. Chorizo? Is that what we're trying to spell? I know you'll bite my ankles. It's all you can reach. These are making smaller pretzels than I thought. I probably could have done the 4-ounce pretzels, but whatever. Oh, I love calzones. Love calzones. Calzones and strombolis. Love them. Yeah! We can make some pretzel sticks, pretzel rods. Do that with the last two. Oh, that's some really good... See, to me, a good calzone has to have ricotta in it. Has to have ricotta cheese in it. Ricotta, mozzarella. I like mine with a bunch of meats in it as well. Guys, pre-rolls have just turned on, but we're going to keep going for another few moments here. Get a sheet pan out. Nice old dirty sheet pan. This is why I put parchment paper on it. Okay, this is bubbling away here. I don't think it needs much longer, honestly. Let's give that a quick taste. That's perfect. That is about where I want it. Joyful Noise, thank you for subbing, Brit Lou. Appreciate it. We're going to take a quick ad break, guys. When we come back, we're going to dip our pretzels. We're going to check our challah dough, and we'll do some more. Stay tuned. This The Suboptimal Cooking Show will be back. Welcome back, everyone. While we were on break, I went ahead and pulled the pot of baking soda water onto my counter here. I got out my everything bagel seasoning. I got out some sugar, some cinnamon, and I did pull the challah dough out of the oven. It is puffed up really nicely. So it's proofed a little bit. We're gonna mix this down. We're gonna punch it down. We're gonna make the challah. We're gonna see what happens. And I also changed the battery in the camera, so I don't have to worry about that. Haha! I remembered! Charging the other two batteries. Okay. So this is not a long process. Once you have your pretzel, your dough in your water, you just kind of drop them in and let the baking soda kind of do its thing. It's going to coat the outside, and this is what's going to give us some really good color on our pretzels. This is what's going to give us that salty outside. A little hot. Probably should use tongs. That would be smart. So as the baking soda activates a little bit on this yeast, I'm going to just lay these out. If they come unshaped a little bit, you just poke them back into place, tell them who's boss. The purpose of the bath is to get us better color on the pretzels. This is what's going to give us our darker outside and really nice color. Today is not my day. It's, you know, I invite you to watch the first 2 episodes. They were better. I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees. Just not being as smart as I usually am. Alright, we got cinnamon, we got sugar. We're gonna make cinnamon sugar. Put those on a couple of these. A little bit of cinnamon. I'm glad you're having fun. That's the whole point, having fun. I may not be the smartest cook, I may not be the best cook. I'm the suboptimal cook, and I love my lot in life. Alright. Take our pretzel here and dip that right in the cinnamon sugar. We're gonna get a nice caramel. Hi Cora, go lay down. Go on. We'll do one of the cinnamon sticks and the cinnamon sugar as well. Yeah, we blame Monster Hunter Wilds. I was up late last night. I love Monster Hunter Wilds. The rest of these I'm going to hit with everything bagel seasoning. Realize you couldn't see what I was doing there. So there they are. Our pretzels. We're waiting for the oven to come up to temperature, which it does pretty quickly. In the meantime, we're going to move things to the side. Pants falling down instead of my apron. All right. That's looking a lot nicer. Watch is coming off again, and we're going to dump this out. That is a little bit of a mess. It's all right. We're going to push this down. It's a lot wetter. It's doing okay. It's wetter than I'd like it to be at this point. It has not absorbed as much of the water as I would have liked it to. Red dough ASMR. All right. We're going to do what we can with this. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Going back in our bowl. Wash my hands off. Yeah. We're gonna give that a nice little massage on the mixer. Let's see if we can do this. Nightwing Inc., thank you for that sub, my friend. Can we see the mixer? No, we can't. Okay. Let me fix that. Oh, let's not break the camera. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Yeah. I'm just going to have to put you on the main camera here. We're going to readjust over. I'm going to be working over here because I don't want to keep moving the equipment around. Look. Night, when you subscribe for 6 months in advance, thank you, my friend. My poltergeist wanted to help the stream, that's right. No, that would make you guys sick. I move my head too much. We're going to do resting development here, guys, for a lot of this. So it's kneaded pretty well. I've salvaged the moisture in it. It is not doing what I want it to do here. We're gonna do slow gluten development. So we are going to let this rest. All right. So here's what's going to happen, guys. I'm making an executive decision. It's my stream, my rules. This is not going the way I want it to. Let's see if I can. Put that back in there and we're going to let it sit. We're going to let this proof and we're going to do this kind of a loose way. It may not have as much gluten as I'd like in it developed, but we're going to get that worked out next time. I'm still going to do another more optimal batch next week. Get this over on the stove. Got our pretzels ready here. They're going in the oven. Set a timer for about 10 minutes and we'll check on. We can dump our baking soda water now. Let's put this over here. Let's take a look at our jelly next. I am losing my brain today, guys. Gotta remember to close that door. You guys can't see anything. Alright. This is just a scuffed one today. Here's our jelly. It's nice. It's thickening up. You can see how much it is thickening up. I am going to put this into something to store it and pull it down. What do I have? That's a good question. I'll put this in a container. I'm gonna put this in a container. I'm gonna stick it in the freezer. I make all kinds. I mean, I don't make jelly that often, honestly. This is just a mixed fruit, kind of old fruit. I'm running out of the fruit's going bad, and I want it to preserve. Now, guys, I'm not canning this. This is not going to be like jarred and canned and super preserved. That's not something that I have a lot of expertise in. We're gonna leave the corner off it like that, and we're gonna get it right into the freezer and try and get it cooled down so you guys can check it out when it's done. See if we can't get it at least a little cooled down before the end of stream. My freezer's too full! No attacking! Stay. Oh, Joey, we gotta clean out the freezer. It's one of those days. Well, the first 2 streams went so well, I was due to have a bad one. Anyway, it's fine. Hydrate a little bit, take a deep breath. Normally, if I had a walk-in freezer, I'd go scream in the walk-in freezer because I'm get out that frustration, but we don't have one of those. We're okay. All right. The challah dough is going. The pretzels are going. What are we doing next? I got pie dough out. Just not sure what I want to make out of these. Let's take a look at this. Someone gave me these bakehouse pie crusts, so I think these are just round pie crusts, which, once again, are not defrosted. So, you know. Do not microwave my rear end. You can do a lot of things with pie crust. You could do, actually, I had a thought. I don't know if I want to do it though, today. We have a roasted chicken, we've got celery, carrots, peas. Could do a chicken pot pie. Take a lot of effort though. And we only have like half hour left on stream. That's gonna, you know what? We're gonna save these this pie crust. I changed my mind. We're gonna save these pie crusts for another day. I'm gonna refrigerate these. I'm gonna refrigerate these, and we're gonna do those. I think we're gonna do chicken pot pie on Monday. That sounds like a plan. Let's pivot. Let's make some lunch. What do we want for lunch? What do we got here, guys? What can we kick up? What can we kick up? Picking up things that fell on the floor. Not much. Screw it. We don't normally do this. Give me 30 seconds, I'm going to be right back. Jersey Joe's, what's up? Holy moly. What are you doing? Sneaky, go upstairs. Jersey Joe's, I haven't seen you in a long time, my friend. The service time command hasn't been in use in a long time. I'm feeling grits today, guys, and you know my significant other can kill me for going not kosher, but we got to use this stuff up. We're gonna make shrimp and grits. Okay. All right. Pot. Grits. You're gonna, for all of you Southern Midwesterners out there, you're gonna hate me. I use 5-minute grits. The difference is all in how well it's ground. That's it. The entire difference. Give me 1 second while I wash a few things, guys. Okay. Into our pan, we're going to do 3 cups of water. Three cups of water in the pan. We're going to go in with a healthy sprinkling of salt. They're not considered sacrilege where I'm from. I'm from Jersey, but they're considered sacrilege in a lot of the Midwest and South. So. Okay. Ain't no one got time for 3-minute grits. We do have time for our pretzels, though. Let's take a look. They're coming along nicely. They smell wonderful. Coming along. Gonna get some more color on there. Probably should have thrown the cinnamon sugar on after, but so optimal. Let's time those out for another 7 minutes. Into the pitcher, we're gonna go 3/4 of a cup of grits. Grits is one of those things that expands really. You want me to warm up the cheddar cheese in the fridge? You want me to make a cheese sauce? Like a fresh cheese sauce? You can do that. Shoot. In for a penny, in for a pound, guys. Let's do some good stuff here. Grits are ground up hominy. Hominy is a corn-like plant. It is not corn. It is a cousin to corn. Honey lime shrimp. You know what? That sounds really good. Let's do spicy honey lime shrimp on our grits. Psh, why not? Let's get the whole stove going. That sounds good. Let's see. A little Challah, honey. Let's get some fresh limes out. Let's get our cheddar cheese out. Get attacked by things. Limes, I'm forgetting the limes. Let's see. Limes. Now these are 50-70 shrimp. If you're ever wondering what does those numbers mean on shrimp, that is how many shrimp, that is the size of the shrimp. That is approximately how many are in a pound of shrimp. So these are 50, there are 50 to 70 of these shrimp per pound. These are pre-cooked, and the bottom of the bag broke, so I'm operating out of the bottom of the bag. So these do not need to be done for very long. So we're gonna make a sauce. We're gonna, drop the shrimp in and let them get up to temperature, and that's it. We're not gonna go much more than that. Making sure we're on the right camera. Water is simmering there. Challah is warming up. Pretzels are going. Let's get a medium heat pan on. Move things off of the stove here. I'm gonna block your view for 1 second. As things attack me out of the cabinet. Where? There's pepper flakes. Smoked paprika I need. So I pulled out a little smoked paprika. Tahini, because I think we can do some nice stuff with the tahini, and chili flakes. Or red pepper flakes, rather. Got our pan warming up. We're going to get our silicone whisk. My lovely bride Joy bought me this fun whisk. Goes from flat to whisk shaped. All right, I need my juicer. Okay. Got about another 2 minutes before we check the pretzels again. Start squeezing some lime juice into the pan. Okay, got the lime juice in. Let's go in with our honey. Do a nice amount of honey in here. Probably about 1/3 of a cup, maybe a little more. We're gonna be making basically a glaze for these shrimp. I'm gonna take some of the shrimp and I'm actually going to rinse them in the sink. Grab my other strainer here. I'm hungry, so about that much shrimp for the two of us. When you're frosting the shrimp, we're going to check on, we got honey and lime juice going in the pan. The grits are almost ready to start. The pretzels are done. Oh, look at those. Look at those beauties. That's beautiful. We're going to go put those on our back counter here. Okay. Bring our spices over. Mix this up a little bit. A few chili flakes in here. I don't want to overspice it. A little bit of tahini for some more chili lime flavor. A little bit of salt as well, because there's some salt in tahini. Dash the smoked paprika in here. Dash the smoked paprika in my water for my grits as well. We've got salt in there for the grits already. Keep it moving, don't let it burn. Drop the shrimp in. And these are still gonna defrost and put off some water. So we're gonna just kind of mix these around. Let them go for just a little bit. wash off our whisk a little bit. Hi, Sufi. You're hearing Sufi in the background. We're gonna mix our grits in. Whisk that in nicely. Sufi, you wanna come say hi? You wanna come say hi? Come here. Not you, Cora. Go lay down. Want some more honey in here. Cholula too, yeah. Cholula hot sauce. Whoop, whoop. I want some more honey to give it more of a glaze. Keep whisking our grits. Probably likes to smell the shrimp. And I don't know if you guys have been watching that dough is creeping upwards here, so we're almost ready to, that's gonna be our second rise, which means we're almost ready to portion that. Shrimp are mostly cooked. I'm going to get them into a pan here and get this glaze reduced a little bit more. You have to lock your cat in a room if you're cooking seafood. Got that nice color in there from the smoky smoked paprika. I'm going to grab tap that off, run that down to low. We're gonna keep our glaze, our shrimp glaze mixing here till it's really nice. Almost ready. Apron keeps falling. Cora, out of the kitchen. Cora, out. Alright. Glaze is down to a thick substance here. Shrimp are going back in. something pie is actually going to be chicken pot pie next week. We kind of remove things around. We decided to make lunch today, and we're making spicy honey lemon shrimp and grits. Shrimp got a little overcooked. It's fine. I don't really care. A little chewy, but let's taste one. Mmm. That's nice. A little salt. Needs a little salt. Shrimp did get a little overdone. It's fine. Whatever. Stuff happens. Suboptimal. Okay. My other saute pan. Let's get my other saute pan on, and we're going to do up some quick cheese sauce. Put the hot pan right there. Get the shrimp away. Get this on low. Grits are good to go. Get that off. That turned off. See that knife? It's a silicone. Ban that asshole. I'm not. We're not doing that here. No negativity in here, my friend. I know, I've been working on my health for a long time, so... No reason to come in here and be rude, my friend. No reason. Anyway, moving on. Don't come in and be rude, guys. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth my time. You got nothing better to do. Anyway, we're gonna take our cheese sauce here. I got a Happy Farms cheese spread. We're gonna use as the base of our sauce. This is just a sharp cheddar. Absolutely no need for that. Pardon my language, guys. I don't need negativity here. Got enough of that in my own brain. Thanks. Anyway, we're gonna get some. We got the cheese sauce in the pan. We're gonna get some milk in here to thin it down. Besides, you don't trust this. Most people don't trust skinny chefs. Move on, guys. Not worth dwelling on. All right, we're gonna break down this cheddar cheese mixture. We're gonna add more cheese and some jalapeno juice to it. I'm going to go with not our sweet jalapenos, but I have some hot jalapenos, some regular hot jalapenos. That is just a cheese spread that I had, just a sharp cheddar cheese spread that I'm combining with water. We're going to drop some jalapenos on the cutting board way over here, guys. Can't quite see it. I'm going to bring the cutting board into view here. These are just some regular pickled jalapenos. What did I say? Milk? Did I say milk? Milk and here's, I'm going to drop a little bit of the pickle liquid into the sauce. Growing conditions and when I say hot jalapenos, I'm referring to pickled jalapenos versus sweet pickled jalapenos, because on our day one of the stream we use sweet pickled jalapenos in our cornbread. So we're gonna toss some jalapenos in. Oh, I took water, excuse me. Go lay down. I love you. Go lay down. No, you really can't. Jalapeno, like you with peppers, it's like, yeah, you can get some regular ones. You can get some. You gotta know your breed. You gotta know your stuff. Okay, I'm taking shredded cheddar cheese. And I'm gonna put it on a sieve here, guys. I'm gonna rinse this cheese off. Pre-shredded cheese has starch in it that makes it not so nice to use in sauces. So we're going to actually rinse our cheese. That sounds weird, but it actually works really, really well. Keeps our sauce from getting lumpy. You know, I'm not well versed in the growing of jalapenos, so I'm honestly not sure what makes them more or less hot. All right. I'm well versed in a lot of things, but jalapeno growing is not really in my wheelhouse just yet. Yeah, you stay out of it. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit more cheese in here. Yeah, the cheese and wash your cheese for better melting. That's right, guys. Yeah, because they put an industrial food starch on the cheese and an anti-caking agent. That anti-caking agent and starch does not make for good cheese sauce. Alright. That looks really nice. Let's get that all mixed up. Our challah's has almost doubled in size again. We're almost ready to go shape that. Okay. Grab our spoons. You going? Give this a taste. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's pretty good. Yes, that is exactly why it comes out better at night. This has a little bit of grit to it. I'm going to I'm going to put a little bit of add a little bit of heat to this, and we're going to actually carefully bring this up to a slightly higher temperature, and we're going to use cornstarch to give it a little thickness. Now we took the starch off of the cheese because it wasn't a measured amount. Cora, out. So when we're adding cornstarch to things, we take a little bit of cold water. Yeah, so it's got some heat from the jalapenos, a lot of just nice cheddar cheese flavor, just nice smooth, fairly smooth cheddar cheese flavor. It's a cheese sauce. I mean, it tastes pretty much exactly how you expect. Little salty, little umami in there too. We're gonna take our cornstarch here, and with cold water, we're gonna mix that up, and we're gonna pour this. This is about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with about equal amounts of water, and we're gonna just whisk this in. This is gonna give us a little bit of smoothness and thickness to kind of make our cheese sauce that much more unctuous and kind of creamy without really adding cream. You can see almost immediately that kind of seized up and thickened up. You can see it's a lot more velvety now. So that's perfect. We'll move our shrimp back onto the stove here. The sauce didn't break. It was a little bit of grit was from that processed cheese. I couldn't get all the starch off of it, and but the cornstarch slurry helped smooth it out. That's really nice. That's real nice. Okay. Let me clean up my counter here. I don't cry, but I feel bad. I do feel bad when my cheese sauces break. Okay. Alrighty. Woo! Wet dough. Wet dough sticking to the parchment or to the plastic. Should have sprayed the plastic. Oh well. Nice dough. Looking nicely recovered. Go, Kith. Have a good one. All right, guys. We're going to use a little bit of oil on our hands and on the dough. tiny bit because I don't want to add more flour to this, but I do need to do a little something to get this workable. Come on. Okay, we're gonna do a few more folds here. Yeah, it looks a lot better than it did. We're going to give it a couple little book folds here. Tri-folds, rather. Yeah, that's a lot better, guys. Look at that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice and elastic, nice. This isn't pizza dough night. This is actually challah dough. This is a bread dough, yeah. No, the pizza dough pretzels are done. If you want to see the pizza dough pretzels, those are used with a pre-done pretzel dough, or pizza dough rather. Alright. Portion this out for rolls. Can I help you?
Don't mind me.
Don't mind you?
Couldn't resist. Well, go back. You think back?
And that is why Knight is extremely jealous.
Well, that's good.
Okay. Let's get our scale back out here. We're going to do 150 gram braids. So I'm going to do one braided challah and then a bunch of challah rolls, guys. Oh, please, I'd love to see that. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Six. There we go. And then we're gonna weigh out about 150 gram pieces for our challah rolls as well. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm focusing for 1 second while I weigh out all my dough here. Okay. Now, for what it's worth, I like to do 6 braid challah. It's just appearance-wise, it's better. That's really all it comes down to is appearance. So we're gonna make little balls here. Just kind of taking your dough, folding it over on itself, and tucking it closed by pinching your hand there. Ectoplasma, welcome in. Alright guys. Welcome in, Witchy Star Goblin. How's it going? Hey Rob. Asia Springs, thank you for following. Welcome. The polycule has invaded. Welcome in, guys. That is some very good friends of mine who just got married back in December. My Airstars sibling. Okay, got the balls made. Oh. Got our clean towel here. Nope, that's not a clean towel. Got a fresh clean towel. No, I don't want to put a clean towel on this. This dough is too wet for a towel. We're going to start working it. No. A 6 braid and rolls, my love. So we're going to do our rolls first to try and get some space back on the table before we do our braiding. So we push these down, we fold in, and then we roll out. Just like we were rolling out those pretzels earlier. Dough is very soft. And these I'm going to take, wrap around my hand, and then wrap around itself a few times to make a 5-point roll, 5-braid roll. Depan our pretzels. I need a large piece of. I need a bigger piece of parchment than that. Oh, you got a Leighton! Very nice. I'm gonna put those on the stove. And we're just gonna roll these out and keep it going. Come on. Come on. Wrap the way I want you to. There we go. Put a little bit of oil on the... Kohana, hi! How are you? We're making challah rolls right now. We've been fighting this challah dough all day. Yeah, self-inflicted suboptimality. It's a good way to phrase it. Two. Oh my gosh, Mewtwo Pie. I am not Sweeney Todd. Or the Sweeney Todd of the Pokemon universe, anyway. I'm not Sweeney Todd to begin with. That you know of. any questions that we got, guys? I know I'm kind of being silent here. It's been a long stream. We've been going for 3.5 hours now. Hey, it's all good, Kohana. All good, my friend. We are always YouTube to get caught up. And guys, with YouTube, I do try and post same day to get caught up. This has been a very suboptimal stream with a lot going wrong, but it's okay. We keep it moving, we keep going. Oh, yeah. Work that dough. Oops. Come on. This one's gonna look a little weird. It's okay. Oh, they're gonna be a little lopsided. It's okay. There we have our challah rolls, guys. We're gonna take a couple eggs, make an egg wash and brush it on. One egg yolk for the wash. We're gonna egg wash these twice. Learn sort of how to make it on the VOD of the stream. I kind of screwed up the dough. Vietnamese iced coffee and sweet buns. That sounds great. Which reminds me, I need to hydrate. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Excuse me. I'm going to liberally brush these with egg wash. Hey, that bread was not terrible after you tried to make cheese dough, cheese sauce. Not the prettiest. Okay. There's our first egg wash, guys. We're going to put these to the side, over the stove, let them proof up a little bit. While we roll out our 6 pieces for our braided challah. Well, we're going to go until we get everything braided, my love, and then we're going to end, so... I will show you guys the results another time. We don't have quite enough time to show you all the results today, guys, but we'll have the pictures of the challah on the Discord once it's done. I do want to show how to braid, though. So if you haven't joined the Game Diner Discord, guys, please do. Joy just posted the link in chat there. Challah is a little tough to get done in a single stream because of the wait time. I'd show off on the next stream, but who knows if there'll be any left by the next stream. Takes a lot of effort, guys, so bear with me here. Alright. Last one before we do our challah. Oh, that's gross.
Nothing if not gross, right?
What's that?
I said I'm nothing if not gross, right?
Yeah.
It's just the way it feels. I'm coming down.
Oh no, the gross was under the.
Ah. Hello.
Hello.
Just trying to describe what it feels like, because that was my first feeling whenever... Hey, Kohana! That was my first feeling when I
did
this, yeah.
Okay.
So what you're going to do here while he's putting things together is you take all 6 of your fingers, we'll call them fingers, because that's kind of what they look like, are snakes. Strands, snakes. I'm going to use words that not professional people are going to know. Fingies, right, Kohana? And you line them all together and then pinch one end of it together. Hey, Honoree. I mean,
Okay.
skill issue night. All right, so how are we going to braid this?
I remember how to do it. We're just going to do it. 6 goes to 1.
For the record, you count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Or 1
Or
goes to 6, rather.
Yeah.
So you cross over. Second one goes up.
That's the third one.
Sorry, third one goes up. No, that's wrong. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. 1. Just. It's been a while, guys. I apologize. I'm forgetting something.
You can tell we have been buying our challah for the last couple of months, just because the holidays, Thanksgiving, just lots of stuff, and we finally have the opportunity to make it. So, 1 second.
1 sec, guys.
Something he's been doing all his life. I have to just remind.
Oh, right. That goes there. That goes there. So, 1 goes to 6. 5 then goes to 1.
Because 1 becomes 6.
Right. 3 goes up. 6 goes over. 3 comes down. Over. No.
Yeah, and then 5 goes to 1.
5 goes to 1.
And then that comes up.
I'll get it eventually.
And then
What?
3 goes up. It's not 3, that's 4. It's 3. We're getting there. It'll be some sort of a braid. It's gonna be tasty.
I'll get it. I'll have it better for you next week, guys. I swear. It'll be tasty.
Tasty is what matters. Oh, hi, Soof.
Is there a Sufi butt on camera?
Not
Not
quite
yet.
yet, but it's about to have a whole Sufi tail in the frame here. Hi.
Then we're just gonna chop off the one end.
Yep.
We're gonna chop off the other end.
And there you
It's
go.
close enough.
That looks good to me. And now you've got 2 little
There you go, guys.
bits to make.
I'm gonna do a better tutorial of that next week. I swear. I'm kind of running short on time here, so.
Yeah, Honoree, it really does look like Rapunzel hair. Absolutely. It's very tasty.
I didn't hear what you said, but okay.
Yeah. I'll inform you later. Yeah.
Okay, guys. No, I think you could do this night. All right, guys. Have a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to end for today. There's your braided challah and the challah rolls. We're going to get these in the oven. We'll get pictures of them out to you guys. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Thank you all for watching today. I know it's been a kind of a scuffed stream. It's been a suboptimal stream, but that happens. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chef Tig, also known as Noah. It's been a pleasure to be your host today. Let's find somebody to raid. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we're going to take you over to Valencia Glass, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great one. We'll see you on Monday, 11 a.m. Central Time. With that being said, be well, be safe, live exceptionally, even if you cook suboptimally. Have a great day.